Hello everyone and hello malt friends, welcome to the Whiskey Amateur class. On this channel I share whiskey reviews and also whiskey knowledge. So if you're a complete beginner and you are here for the first time, make sure you check my first 3 videos where I do an introductory course to the world of single malt whiskies, and also video 4 where I talk about how to taste and how to approach whiskey. And starting from video number 5 I review whiskeys. And today this is video number 9 and I'm going to review the Bunnahabhain 12 years old and talk about the chill filtration topic. Yeah, so this is the last dram of this bottle. This is a bottle kill, as you would say it in Scotland, or I think pretty much everywhere else in the world. So yeah, chill filtration. It sounds odd. What does this term mean? So do you have in your mind this picture where someone is drinking whiskey from a huge tumbler with a lot of ice in it? This is now how you should approach whiskey properly, but many people do so. And it can happen that when you put ice in your whiskey, that your whiskey will get hazy, will get cloudy, will get blurry a bit. And you know, the average consumer might get confused, hey, what is happening to my whiskey? And there is a method that you can apply during the whiskey production where you eliminate this phenomena. So this is the chill filtration process, and as the name suggests, so chill means that you cool down the whiskey to very low temperatures, I don't know, roughly from 0 to 5 degrees. And when you cool it down, some of the chemical components basically bunch together. So they are separated in a way, and I don't want to go into details, but these are like ester, other haze elements, fats, and some other chemical components that actually make the whiskey hazy or blurry when you put ice in it. And by cooling down the whiskey, you can separate these elements. They kind of bunch together, and you can filter out these elements. So you pour the whiskey through several filters and you filter out these chemical components. And when you filter out this stuff and bottle your whiskey and you put ice in it, it won't get cloudy. It will be crystal clear just as before. But as your intuition tells you, you remove some of the whiskey, some essential components that also contain a lot of flavors. So chill filtration is actually all about aesthetics, and through this chill filtration the whiskey will be nicer or will look nicer if you put ice in it, but it also loses some flavors. So chill filtration, once again, is not a good thing. But why do people do this? Again, because there is this, it's not a misconception, but you know, there is this picture that you put ice in your whiskey and this is how you enjoy it. And the average consumer doesn't want to get confused why this is getting cloudy. And for example, Bunnahabhain, they don't chill filter their whiskeys. And this is the way to go. So yes, this is what pretty much what you have to know about chill filtration. And yeah, I'm happy to review now this wonderful expression. So the Bunnahabhain 12 years old. I want to say 3 things about this whiskey. So first of all, this is not a smoky whiskey, and this is very interesting because it's distilled on the Isle of Islay, where that's the home of peaty whiskeys, smoky whiskeys, and this is not a smoky expression, and yet it is just so wonderful. This is one of their core expressions, one of their core range whiskeys, and what I really like about this Bunnahabhain is that it has several layers and it has a very nice sherry influence. And this sherry influence is a bit darker. I'm generally not a sherry fan, but this is sherry whiskey done properly for my taste. This is how I mean it. So the sherry is darker, has a lot of berries, also has a very nice honey note to it. So it's a fairly sweet nose. And since it's matured on the island, it has also a very nice coastal, marine, briny influence to it. So you kind of get these salty caramel, funky tones. So it's just very, very nice. You also get a touch of citrus. It's a very balanced whiskey, and despite the fact that it's bottled with 46.3% alcohol, it's a very, very approachable whiskey. So I can highly recommend it also for complete beginners. And the second thing that I want to share about Bunnahabhain 12-year-old is that it has an excellent price-quality ratio. So for the money you pay for this, you get just so much. Like, I literally cannot tell a whiskey that is so good when it comes to price quality or price value ratio. So if you see this, it's pretty much available everywhere else, everywhere. So go for it, try it. I think it's affordable. I think you get a lot for your money. And yeah, I told you what I smelled on the nose. Let me have a sip and check the palate. Wonderful arrival. It's rich. It has this dark chocolate kind of kick once you swallow it. It has some spices, but it's not too spicy. The sweetness comes through, the berries come through, the coastal, marine, briny influence is there, and it's strong, but it's just very nice. It's really balanced. Probably this is the best word that I would use for this whiskey. So it's a whiskey that I always want to have at home for the hardcore Bunnahabhain fans. The 18-year-old is just the next level Bunnahabhain. So it's much more expensive, but you get a lot for that price range. So yeah. And the third thing and the last thing that I want to share about this whiskey is that I don't add water to it. I tried it several times, but I think this strength is just perfect for this whiskey. So I enjoy always with full strength. And yeah, higher ABV, no chill filtration, no coloring, age statement. It's an integrity whiskey. It's a very, very high quality single malt whiskey, and it's basically an entry level whiskey. So go for it, enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video where I will talk about my top 5 favorite single malts to date. Take care, bye bye.